Welcome back to the channel. Today I've got the 2023 330e plug-in hybrid version of the 3 Series sedan. It's the G20 chassis. This is in the lovely Tanzanite blue. And if I remember correctly, this was a store inventory car and it was basically sold on the way here, and that customer eventually backed out. So it's a nicely spec'd M Sport package 330e. Of course, we got our revised headlights and halo lights, revised front air dam, revised grills, and this has got the Shadowline package. So the emblems here, I think back in 21, I think this changed, or it was 22, but a blue outline around the roundel, sort of to help distinguish, I guess, the electrified vehicles for BMW and BMW I. So over to the side, we've got the 791M wheels. They are bicolor. We also have the red M Sport brake calipers. Our charging port with the electrified by I logo that was new. I think it was 2022 was that change. But a lovely blue in an EPA estimated range of 22 miles of electric power. If you go with the X-Drive, the estimate drops to 20 miles. So consider that based upon how you plan to use the 330e. To make the best use of it, you probably want to have a commute, obviously less than 22 miles. The less the better, and have a charging plan at work. In other words, access to free charging. That's going to help you. Basically, get rid of gas. This can be used for occasional longer trips, and we'll discuss it when we get in the car, but there's a new change to what was then previous to the LCI called battery control. It's now been relabeled as battery hold with a different sort of idea behind it. We'll discuss that when we get in the car. But let's take a look at the inside and go over options on this particular vehicle. So opening up, we have the Canberra beige perforated Centitech. You can tell that because sometimes I forget. No adjustable side bolsters, at least on the 3 Series. It does change as you go up the lineup in the BMW range. But pretty good details. I think it's nice seat, and it's a nice contrast with Tanzanite blue. Of course, cognac would have worked, Tacora red, and of course black are also good options. Of course, iDrive 8, so let's take a look. Alright, so inside, no surprise, iDrive 8. Here's your instrument panel. This is in the sport mode. Of course, you can change some of the content using this hamburger button and using the scroll wheel to select things. So you can see different content will show up here based upon what you select. Our BMW emblem, a roundel, I should say, outlined in blue, signifying electrified. Dumb cruise control buttons over here on the left side because there is no driving assistance professional package. Maybe that changes in January of 23, but right now, December production does not have parking assistance or that driving assistance professional package. So our trim here is aluminum Rumbasil anthracite, so very nice trim looking color. A little bit of texture to it as well. Here's our center console with our drive selector or gear selector nub. Here are our driving modes, so battery hold is up here, no longer battery control. Sport, hybrid, electric, no adaptive. And then up on the screen, I have this set to live vehicle, so the adaptive content. So in sport mode, this is what you see. If I go to battery hold, we'll show what that looks like as soon as it comes up here in terms of the adaptive content. So this will give you your drive modes. I'm sorry for the glare here. So other thing to note, let me zoom in. So if this turns blue, you're in electric drive mode. Otherwise, if it's white, that means the combustion engine is on. So battery hold, as the name implies, holds the charge level. So right now I have 19 miles of range. I did do a little of experiment driving over here, which is limited in terms of mileage. But what I noticed is that you will use some electric power when it's needed. And the combustion engine will kick in when it needs to charge the battery, other than having regenerative braking active. That's going to help you maintain a charge level, which I think is not a great move. I think the battery control mode was a little bit better at letting you charge the battery as you're driving to a destination. So here you're going to be using gas and electric. In some comparison, I'm not sure how effective it's going to be or what the impact is going to be on your miles per gallon, but something to consider. Maybe something we can probably experiment with, I hope, if we have more 330Es available. So let's go over pricing and options. So starting price, the 330E is $42,300. Tanzanite Blue, a premium color, that adds another $1,500. Driving assistance package for another $700. Dynamic handling package, which gets you those calipers in different colors, $1,400. $850 for the shuttle line package. And then we've got $2,550 for the M Sport package, $1,350 for the premium package. So the digital key is deleted. So if you do get wireless charging on your 3 Series, you will get that digital key back. $875 for Harman Kardon. All told, MSRP of $53,440. So not bad, and pretty well equipped for a 330E. And the other thing I wanted to go over, I hit the home button here. And one thing I noticed was in the sound settings for Harman Kardon, you go to the equalizer. So adjusting things with the controller has been changed. So left goes down, right goes up. Let me show you what that looks like. So left, right. iDrive 7 was the complete opposite way. So right would go down rather than up, and vice versa with the left. So very strange little quirks, if you want to think of it that way, with iDrive 8. The other being the climate menu, and try to figure out how the auto system works in terms of getting the heated seats on to your preference. So right now you see I have it set to high, but not on, and it's 55 degrees outside. I have to go to very high to get those heated seats to come on in the auto mode. But things to ponder, some of these things. All right, so opening up the back seat, and here's what you look like with Canberra beige. Pretty good interior and good spacing for rear passengers. Not a tremendous amount of space, but not cramped either. All right, so go back to the trunk here. We'll do our kick to open. And here's what your trunk looks like. So you get a little bit of storage space here. Underneath here is a hidey hole. But you do have an elevated floor to deal with the batteries and the different placement of the gas tank as well. No kick to close because you do not have a powered trunk. But we'll take in Tanzanite Blue one more time. But a very good plug-in hybrid. Again, consider your habits in terms of driving and whether or not a 330E plug-in hybrid makes sense. Because you're going to have to go up the X545E to get more range. That's basically 10 more miles of range, roughly, depending on your driving habits and everything else. But otherwise, maybe a 330i makes more sense for you. But that's it for another quick tour around the 330E plug-in hybrid of the 3 Series, and we'll see you at the next video.